No. It was that, or was that Swerve and Hangman next?
You're right. They had to follow that one too. Sorry.
Speaking of, it's time. Let's go.
So, they played the video package, talking mostly about the face promo they had the first time they had the encounter, about Hangman's kind of lost the eye for the tiger in a way, kind of gone soft, civilized. Where's the energy? Where's the fire? All that. Then they cut to parts of more of Hangman's explanation in the contract signing, saying like, I've had a dark cloud hanging over my head the last 18 months. And I'm just like, you're putting in a video package to CM Punk bullied you. Okay, whatever, man. That's funny. Whatever. So out comes Hangman, and he has on new gear for the first time in however long that Swerve had mentioned. And I saw it and I was like, huh, this reminds me of something I've seen before. And I was like, I don't know what he's going for. And Jeremy said it. He's like, this looks like Shawn Michaels is like Elimination Chamber here. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what I was thinking too. With the black and the brown. And like, it's like, why would you choose brown? That's kind of odd choice. And also, like, the thing with me with Shawn Michaels and him has always been like the chap gear, like the fake chap gear or whatever else. But anyway, out comes Swerve. Before Swerve comes out, the Mogul Embassy is out front. The music is playing. Prince Nana is in his bag, and his bag is the size of a state.
Losing it.
This Rich, he does the Nana dance. The Nana dance is over. The Nana dance has a shirt. The Nana dance shirt should sell.
Bro, this shit is a life of its own at this point.
They cut the people in the crowd doing the Nana dance, and it reminded me of back in 1998 watching WCW Nitro, Monday Nitro, watching a young black superstar by the name of Booker T raising the roof and inspiring hundreds of white men and kids to then raise the fucking roof. It's reminded me of that. I was just like, wow, and it's Turner still, so it's like, wow. Anyway,
it's in Seattle. Swerve comes out like a god.
Dressed in a jacket that made me think that he has a camera on him so that he can announce that he wants $200 million. Otherwise, he's going to poison the water supply. That man was dressed like a villain.
A bad guy.
Yes.
But they loved him.
Yes.
And then they got in the ring.
This match is awesome.
Incredible match with these guys. Awesome. This was like, a lot of people were like, all right, all throughout the year, Swerve has done a lot of losing on TV. But a lot of that stuff was building them up. That was building them up and getting familiar with the audience, was allowing people like Prince Nana to be on TV to get over, their personality.
Yeah, in a way, it was the old school WWE route of, we'll put you in spots, we'll beat you at every turn in big spots, but people remember these big spots and they will become attached to you and like you. And we, more times than not more times, a lot. Sometimes it works. Most times it doesn't. Because like, yeah, you're putting big spots, but now you're a failure. You have the stink of failure on you. Luckily for him, he's a heel, so it doesn't hurt you as much. But yeah, man, like,
and over,
it helps to be in his hometown. Helps to be in his home area,
and they were ready for it.
They were going crazy for him.
Like they worked this match where, like, the crowd started giving it to Hangman a little bit,
and he ate it up. He was like,
"Oh, word!"
He absolutely worked heel in this match.
He was like, "Oh, word!"
Shout out to him.
I haven't got to do this in a long time.
Right. Look, he's like, I haven't had the chance to do this since like I was in Orlando in front of Rich and James whooping on NXT boy's ass.
Yeah. And I thought this was just like great work. Guys just like this is the shit you dream of, like as far as like when you're looking at the hierarchy and wanting to see somebody break out and thinking like, yeah, man, this is the time. And then Swerve went with Nana. They did a lot of like stuff where Nana ended up getting thrown out. Crown comes off.
Nana gets thrown out. Nana gets thrown out. They said leave. He was like, no, I'm not leaving. Make me. And they didn't make him.
I must
He's
have
like,
missed
no,
that.
I'm not leaving. I don't care what you say. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think this is a star making performance. So like, we told you this nigga had the goods since he was in NXT. So like, this ain't no shock. If you listen to this show, often I often like before like Swerve has a big match or a big promo or something, I'll send him some words of encouragement, just like whatever the situation is. Like I'll send him like a long paragraph, whatever, try to inspire him or whatever. This weekend, I had no notes. I was like, hey man, no notes. You know the mission. It's on. Like and he went out there and handled it. So very happy for him on a personal level.
Yeah. This was like one of the most satisfying matches for me, for somebody that I thought belongs at a certain level in a promotion, just based off of what I've seen from them. But like I believe in them. They just haven't proven it yet because they haven't been in the position to do it. I have not been this happy for a pro wrestler in a promotion that I watch get a shot and kill it the way I thought they were going to do it since NASA Point and Tam last summer. It was just like, hey man, like they go out there and they prove it every chance they get. Where you gonna put them in a big spot? And Swerve gets it and he knocks it out the fucking park. And you can say the same thing for the match with the Acclaimed. The first match is like that match was so much better than it had any business being. Obviously Keith Lee's great. Obviously Bowens is really fucking good. And you can, in certain spots you can do whatever you want with what's his name?
Max Caster.
But to Caster's credit, he's also gotten a lot better since then too. But yeah, just at that time I was like, I don't know. I think the match can be really good.
They were more like a gimmick act rather than having in-ring credibility.
Right. And the only person that really approved it at that point was Bowens. But anyway, come forward to this. These are two of the best wrestlers in the world. And for people, there are a lot of people that will say Swerve is great, and people, if they haven't already, they're out of their fucking minds. They haven't said it yet that Adam Page is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's proven it for years now at this point. But it's there now. Like if you still want to hold your feet on Swerve, whatever else, all right. I saw basically all I need to see out of Swerve the first time I ever saw him wrestle. First time I ever saw him wrestle was in New York City at the WrestleCon show, the Mark Hickshot joint. Like he wrestled Saber, and like I had heard of this before I even saw that crazy match he had with AR Fox in Lucha Underground. I had just saw Swerve in this match with Saber. I was like, yo, he's doing this technical shit toe to toe with him. That's odd for just a fucking, just for a put together match for one of these WrestleMania weekend shows. Going toe to toe. Then we saw him versus I don't know what promotion was, but it was in Ebor versus JD Drake. The match was really fucking good.
Yep, that was That was for Evolve.
Okay, for Evolve. And it's like, okay. Then he's in NXT, and then he's in that cruiserweight like weird thing that's almost like a Best Super Juniors or whatever else, and he's really good in that. Him and I forgot who else was in it, but
Kushida.
Like him and Angel Garza were the two best people in it, right? And then he gets the NXT stuff, and it's like he keeps gets the match with Gargano balls, and get the match with Cole balls, get the match with like somebody else, but like Santos is like, okay, all right, man, where are we going with this? Like he's a real player. Hit Roll takes off. Hit Roll's great. They bring him up, and then they pick the wrong person to be the front man. It is what it is.
Don't imagine.
They let him go. And he comes here and like he shows up at Revolution 2022.
It's been 18 months since then.
And it's been a steady climb the whole time to get to this point. And
look, if you want to like shoot him to the world title, I think at this point you could do it, right? Or you can continue this thing with Hangman. Or he can terrorize like any of the like, you know, the top made guys, because I think he's a made guy at this point now. Beats Hangman. We didn't even mention that the finish. So like they do this great kick out off the crown, and then Swerve's like, nah, I'm gonna use his JML. Beats him 1, 2, 3. And that, you know, and it's like, it's almost like, damn, they made the right decision, because like this crowd was begging for this. Begging for this, cheering this man, living and dying with him.
And like another part about it is like, for a heel, Swerve has had some really like in NXT and also in AEW, he's had some really like memorable like wins and finishes to matches or whatever else. Like when like the whole thing of like setting up like the hit row thing or whatever else. When the hit row came out, he won the the North American title off of Leon Ruff that way. Like that was like, there's thought in his matches and his finishes and things that I think goes unnoticed. There's a lot more thought into his stuff than I think he gets credit for. And I think his stuff has a lot thought of like amongst some of the best guys in the world, best people in the world. I just don't think he gets the credit that way. I think that will change over time, because I don't think there's too many people that are crazy enough to think like, oh, he's not awesome at least. But like, I think people are now like, he gets his like where I think this is going. Like, I think people are gonna be like, nah, man, he's in the upper echelon. I think people are gonna go from, oh, he's great to upper echelon. So really excited to see what he has to go forward with this, whatever else. And finally got his big win. They can keep moving with this. Like, maybe not, you know, the next title challenger, but like I think by the, you know, springtime, whatever else, you could start looking around for position.
I think he's the guy that, you know, a lot of people think some other people are. So
I mean, you know, we had that talk back when they was having them tag matches.
You know, so
speaking of that, so when we gonna get some Swerve Danielson matches?
I mean, I don't feel like that's an impossible thing. You know,
I'm just saying. You know? I'm just saying, like, all I'm saying is like, if good for him that he was out here having the best match of his career, you know, back-to-back matches or whatever else, with, you know, maybe the greatest wrestler ever. Good for him. But like, you know, everybody seems to have their best fucking match with Danielson. You know, so I would like to see a Swerve Danielson match, and I would like to see a Swerve Danielson match in a similar vein to what him and Sabre did, because I saw Swerve and Sabre before. Danielson and Swerve can have one of them kinds of matches to be, and it will shock people's floor jaws would be on the floor, but they could. So yeah,
you know, perhaps, you know, we'll just have to keep our eyes open, won't we?
So move. Okay, all right. So moving on from there, we'll talk about this match that had to be sandwiched between these two fucking awesome matches.